Assalamu alaikum, dear students. How are you? I hope you will all be fine. The topic which I have selected today is the mood of verbs. As you can see on your screen, we have different kinds of moods of verbs like indicative, imperative, interrogative, subjunctive, and conditional mood of the verb. So one by one, we are going to discuss all the moods of the verb. Usually, when we hear the word mood, we connect it to how someone is feeling. But as far as the mood of the verb is concerned, it has nothing to do with someone's feelings or moods. Rather, this is the mood of the verb which decides the category of the sentence or the kind of the sentence or the context of the sentence. Mood is the form of the verb that shows the mode or manner in which a thought is expressed. They can be indicative, imperative, interrogative, conditional, and subjunctive. First of all, we are going to discuss the indicative mood of the verb. The indicative mood of the verb is a verb form that makes a statement. If you remember, when we did the kinds of the sentences, I told you about the declarative sentences and I told you that declarative sentences make a statement. The statement can be positive and the statement can also be negative. So, whenever we have a statement like 10th grade is our school mascot, Julia called home because she forgot her Chromebook. Mrs. Wishart likes mashed potatoes. So, in all these sentences, we see that a statement has been made, and both kind of statement can be there, either positive or negative. So, whenever you see that a statement, a simple statement is there, so in the options, if indicative mood is mentioned, so that would be the appropriate option to underline. Then we come to the next mood, and that is imperative mood. When we were doing the kinds of the sentences, I told you about the imperative sentences, and at that time we discussed that all the imperative sentences contain either an advice, request, command, or some command is there. Clean your room. Please unload the dishwasher. Stop talking. Go to the grocery store to buy milk, bread, and cheese. So, in all these sentences, you can see that either the command is there, advice is there, or some request is there. So, whenever such kind of sentences will be there, so you can easily decide that which mood of the verb do they belong to and how would you identify the mood of the verb in your exam? Then we come to the next kind, and that is interrogative mood. Verbs in the interrogative mood ask a question. We did the interrogative kind of sentences, so it means that whenever you will have an interrogative sentence, so the mood of the verb in that particular sentence, which is interrogative, will be interrogative mood. Like you can see in all these examples, how old are you? How many some slides are in this presentation? Why does the broccoli in the cafeteria smell like that? So all these interrogative sentences indicate the interrogative mood of the verb. Then we come to the next kind, and that is conditional mood. It is very much evident from the name of the mood that some condition will be there. The conditional sentences we are going to have regarding this matter. So guys, that in the case of the conditional sentences, we have two kinds of clauses, if clause, and the other clause is called consequence clause. So whenever you see that the conditional sentences are there, so in all the conditional sentences, the mood of the verb will be conditional. As you can see in all these examples, the mood of the verb is conditional because the sentence contains two kinds of clauses, if clause and the consequence clause. Then we come to the next kind, and that is subjunctive mood. It is a bit tricky, so you have to understand it very well. A sentence with a subjunctive mood expresses a condition that is doubtful, hypothetical. Hypothetical means imaginary, wishful, or not factual. Not factual means that is not based on fact. Now we come to the examples of the subjunctive mood. If I were in your position, I would never leave. Jane wishes her sons were faster at getting ready in the morning. So wishful thinking is there. In the first sentence, conditional thinking is there. The teacher requires all the students be present for Thursday's event. Again, the situation is imaginary. Dr. Shandy suggested that Jerry run 3 times a week. So just the kind of suggestion is there. We do not know whether the suggestion would be fulfilled or not. So again, the situation is untrue or unfactual. She demanded scene work the night shift. So in all these sentences, we see that either the wish is there, or some prayer is there, or some unfactual condition is there. So whenever you see such kind of sentences, the mood of the verb will be subjunctive. Now, guys, I have prepared a few practice sentences for you people just to clarify or just to identify the mood of the verb over there in your MCQ. The first sentence is whales are mammals. It is just a statement, a declarative statement. So the mood of the verb will be indicative. Don't forget your keys. So it is an imperative mood because advice is there. Where have they gone? It is an interrogative mood because a question has been asked. Just keep calm and relax. Again, a kind of advice is there. So the mood of the verb is imperative in this sentence. I wish I were more confident. A wishful sentence is here. So the mood of the verb is subjunctive. If I were taller, I would have been a player. It is again unfactual. It is again imaginary statement. So the mood of the verb is subjunctive. They are meeting us tomorrow. It means